So in the midst of March Marvel Madness, Warner Brothers releases the Justice League trailer thinking I'm not going to say anything about it. DC. Yes, Comic Junkies, the Justice League trailer has dropped a couple weeks ago. And I know I'm late to the ball game, what else is new, but I was in the midst of March Marvel Madness, and I was doing specifically relegating myself to Marvel movies, Marvel comics, Marvel properties. And so when this came out, I was kind of like, well, of course it would. But anyway, what I did was I put a poll on Twitter despite that, just to see what you guys thought, and the consensus is that most of you loved it. And I don't blame you, because this trailer is freaking awesome. I would be highly inclined to agree. But anyway, we have all our returning members. We have Batman, we have Wonder Woman, we have The Flash, we have Cyborg, and they are friggin' awesome. And oh my gosh, Aquaman. Aquaman stole the show in this trailer. I'm just saying. Maybe he and Flash probably, but Aquaman stole the show in this trailer. I mean, let's be real. The dude jumps off of a building. Looks like he jumps off a building, lands on the Batmobile, is surfing it, and he's just like, yeah! And he gives, like, looks over to Batman, gives this little head nod, like, and then he jumps into the air and crashes into this, like, group of parademons and just starts whooping ass. And I'm like, done. I'm done. Movie, you have successfully purchased my movie ticket for you. You've already got me in your seat. I'm there in the future. It's like the Matrix. I've already made that decision. I'm just here to figure out why I made it. Well, this is exactly why. This is the trailer that literally put my butt in the seat. The only way I'm not going to see this is if I'm like dead or something extraordinarily tragic happens or whatever. But I will be in a theater to see this movie, because gosh dang it if they didn't do a good job with this trailer. You got to see the Flash. A lot of people don't seem to, so not a lot of people, but some people still don't seem to like the Flash's armor. It is what it is. I like it. I feel like it's a little more practical, like I feel like he would wear armor. Don't get me wrong, I love the Grant Gustin costume. I love the original comics costume, obviously. I used to read it. But, like I kind of like this one a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I mean he's going to be running into stuff and bouncing off of people. So yeah, it makes sense he has a little bit more armor, so I'm like, yeah, I kind of like it. Cyborg, here's the thing about Cyborg. I will admit, some of the CGI on Cyborg looks a little bit unfinished. And if I notice that, it's got to be true. I would say that at least, because I'm one of those people, like, I'm not a visual person. You can show me some visuals, I will be impressed. However, I can tell when something's a little bit off, and sometimes it's just a little bit off, especially in a scene where he's just like, he saves the cop, and he was just like, you should probably move. And I feel like that's going to be like a callback scene at some point. Like that cop probably told him to move at some point, and then he comes back and he's just like, you should probably move or whatever. I feel like that's kind of a callback scene. The same thing with the Batman Aquaman scene up on the when they're up on the top of the precinct or whatever, and I feel like that's a callback scene as well. Some of them I kind of feel like they're just kind of like making head nods to things that probably happened earlier on in the movie. And also at the end of that, speaking of the freaking top of the precinct with the bat signal and stuff like that, I was a little bit embarrassed by this, but when I first saw him, I'm just like, what the heck is Sam Elliott doing in this movie? And I'm like, oh, that's J.K. Simmons. I'm like, tell me he doesn't look like Sam Elliott with that mustache, man. But yes, that is J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, and he looks great. I gotta say, like, with Zack Snyder and the way he does his visuals for these movies, I know you with his storytelling, he does have issues with his storytelling, I know. But the way he does his visuals for these movies, and way he can pull things and somehow make the comic panel come to life. There are some times when it doesn't make practical sense, but the fact that he can do it and make it look real, it's kind of like, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. And that's one of them, because you can see like the light reflecting off of Jim Gordon's glasses, and he's got like the coat and the hat on and everything. And I'm just like, that looks straight out of a comic. That looks straight out of a comic. That's so awesome the way he can do stuff like that. Now, I will say this. Oh, wait, one more thing. Because I've gotten this question quite a lot. And it wouldn't bother me so much if people hadn't, if I knew these people hadn't seen Batman v Superman first, but they're just like, where's Superman? Where's Superman? Isn't Superman a part of the Justice League? Shouldn't he be in this trailer? Where is he? And I'm like, well, he's dead. He died. Do you not remember? He died. Of course it's died, but still, I'm like, he's dead. And here's the thing. I hope the trailers never show him. If he's in this movie, don't ever show him. Don't ever show him in the trailer. Let us be surprised by when he comes in. He might come in towards the third act. Maybe he comes in and he's completely devoid of his powers and stuff like that. He has to train to kind of get back to it, and I hope that's what the case is. That he has to train and he has to learn how to fight. That happens, you're going to have a dangerous ass Superman, because he's going up against Darkseid. You know Darkseid is coming. Lex Luthor pretty much told you Darkseid is coming, ding, 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 ding. Darkseid is coming. He's not going to be in the main villain in this movie, but he is the overall big bad of who they're going to fight against or whatever. And he may just have like a Thanos cameo or something like that. He just may be in there like, and do a little Thanos smile from over the shoulder or something. But yeah, I hope they learn their lesson from Batman v Superman trailer number 2. You all know which one I'm talking about, where they kind of reveal all 3 acts of the movie. Everything up until Superman's death. Spoilers if you have not seen that movie yet, but, just if you haven't seen the movie yet, he's dead, okay? But I hope they learn their lesson from it, and the next trailer, because there is going to be another trailer that comes out, just contains like a little, maybe an extra one-liner, maybe an extra punch to the face, somebody gets punched, maybe an extra Batman scene or something like that, but don't reveal anything else. I feel like this is solid. This has got me intrigued and entertained, and I want to see this. So I feel like you stay right here. Stay right here in this little box where you are for these trailers. I'm like, stay right there. Don't go any further, because, spoilers and if you spoil something in the trailer, that just kind of takes away from what you would think of it in the movie. Logan is a perfect example of that. You haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but that's a perfect example of it, because it does kind of spoil a part for you, and it's kind of like, it takes away a little bit of the impact, but, I hope that's not the case here. Now, for my fellow moviegoers and comic junkies out there, don't expect an action-packed full thrill ride in this movie. I would not expect that. The reason being is because there is still a lot of building to be had. We know Batman, we know Wonder Woman, we will know Wonder Woman once our movie comes out in June, and we know we know that. We know Superman and stuff, but still don't really know Flash. We still don't really know Aquaman. We still don't know Cyborg. We don't know these characters. We've seen them, but we don't know them. So expect there to be a little bit of building. They still have universe building to do. So expect to be introduced to these characters. Expect for them to have a little bit of backstory exposition type stuff to go on in there. Expect it to be a little bit slower. And of course, now as I say this, expect a little bit slower of a movie. They're going to have open with a 10-minute action scene just to prove me freaking wrong. There's going to be this 10-minute freaking Avenger action sequence that goes on where it's just awesomeness from left to right and everything, and I'm just going to be like, well, I was wrong about that. But I would kind of maybe expect that more for the second Justice League movie. Because then you'll have more of the characters. You already know these characters, so now it's just like, here are the characters, here's the story, let's go. So I'm expecting a little bit more building here. I'm not expecting a truly faster paced movie. Right now, even though the trailer kind of puts it, kind of builds it up to be kind of fast paced and action packed, I'm not expecting it, so I wouldn't really go as far as that. Don't expect some awesome stuff to be in it, but maybe more character building a little bit. So expect that a little bit. So that's pretty much my 2 cents about the trailer. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've already bought my ticket. The tickets haven't been on sale yet, but I've already bought it. I've already bought it. I mean, I put the money aside. It's like sitting in a trust fund somewhere. It's not sitting in a trust fund. I don't have a dang trust fund. If I have a trust fund, trust me, I would have a lot better setup going here. But yeah, like I am thoroughly excited to see this movie. What did you guys think of the trailer? If you didn't vote on Twitter already, what did you guys think of the trailer? Put it in the comments down below and talk about what your favorite part is. So what are you most excited to see? If you like these type of videos, I do them almost every Tuesday, mostly every Tuesday. There isn't always a trailer or something comic related for me to talk about, and sometimes school just gets in the way, but mostly every Tuesday, and when I'm not doing an old to the new. So if you like these type of videos, do them every Tuesday, and if you like them, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.